fun fact, actually, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I didn't upload my video last week is actually because I filmed it and half of the file corrupted, like only half of the video saved for some reason, which really upset me because I worked so hard on it. It was a makeup look and I was so proud of it, and I'm really upset that the video didn't go up. But hopefully this whole video goes up and you can all enjoy this video. So yeah, my guys, yeah, that's my story. I'd like to apologise for the lighting. Like, currently I'm using a TV as my lighting because it's currently 9 PM and I'm filming this video. It's not quite dark outside. Also, I'm using a new mic, so I'm hoping the mic is switched on. Like, I'm hoping you can hear me. Like, in fact, I'm gonna check because I'm scared. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Today's video is going to be about my NCS experience. So yeah, today is currently the 11th of June, and if I'm right, NCS should be starting, the first wave should be starting pretty soon after GCSEs finish. So GCSEs finish, or at least my sister's GCSEs finish in 2 days, or she has 2 left. It finishes on Friday, so today's currently Tuesday, so it finishes in 3 days. So I thought, what better time than now, currently, to film a video on my NCS experience. If you're not from the UK, then you most probably won't know what NCS is. NCS stands for the National Citizen Service. It is a 4-week experience that in the UK we do. Mine cost £50, but there was also like some deal going on, like towards the end, that was £40. Like, you could do it for £40, but like you are provided with food, like you're provided with the shelter. Obviously you've got to pack your own stuff, but like you're pretty much provided with everything. So if you don't know me, I am a very anxious human being. Like, I do not like new situations. I'm not a fan of trying things new. I'm very black and white. I like to know what I'm doing. I like to know what I'm going into. I like to pre-plan things in advance. But obviously NCS was something completely new, and I looked at it, and from when I was a kid, to be fair, I really wanted to do it because it's been something that I've seen many YouTubers advertise and say that they were going to, and it's just a thing that I've always wanted to do because it just looked like me. Like, there was water sports involved, and I'm a very water person. Like, I'm a very outdoorsy person, and I really love outdoors activities. So that part of it was really fun, and that was something that I always wanted to do. But the whole people part was not something I wanted to do. So when you sign up for NCS, you get a friend code, and you can sign up with 1 or 2 of your friends. I signed up with my best friend at the time, and we put each other's code down, and then a few weeks later you get a text from who your NCS leader is, and my NCS leader was called Josh. So on the day of NCS, I woke up on the Monday and I was like, yeah, let's go, let's get down there. So my mum took me, and I met my best friend there, and we got there, or we went, hi, we're here for Josh, our leader's Josh, and they looked at us and they went, we don't have a Josh. Sorry? They looked around and they were shouting Josh, they were going like, Josh, 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 and then suddenly this guy turns around and he goes, yeah, and we're like, there's a Josh right there. It turns out that he was nicknamed Shep, so they've completely forgot that his actual name was Josh, and because they were so used to calling him Shep, they forgot, and it panicked us, but we were fine. We walk over to our group, and there were only 2 other people in it, whereas other groups had like at least six or 7 people in it already. We walked over and there was 2 other people in our group, and I actually knew them. Me and my best friend knew them. One of them went to our school, and the other one was our school friend's cousin, and I'd met this cousin once already. My best friend at the time hadn't, but straight away we all clicked. I was the only girl there, so that was fun for me. If you do NCS, you most probably won't have only 2 other people in your group. The reason that is because their prom was on that night, the other school group, so they had their prom, and then they joined us the day after, but for all the activities, so they just missed like team building exercises and stuff, which obviously was fine, but obviously we didn't know them, and we actually met them at the event, the like first team building exercise, which was quite fun, to say the least, because we hadn't met them before, and you had to, I don't know if you've ever played the game where you like put your hands in the middle and you hold hands and you've got to like climb out completely and like untangle yourselves. Yeah, so we had to do that, and our first ever encounter with each other was that. So we kind of all just learnt each other's names, like got to know each other. And at the beginning, there was this one girl that I didn't particularly like. It wasn't because I didn't like her. I just met her and she kind of gave me the vibe that she didn't like me. She kind of gave me some evil looks. But we'll get more into that later. At the end of each day, you'd like have like a cool down time where you'd like play games and stuff, and we all played Piggy in the Middle and like Catch, and like we all had a blast. Like it was so fun. And then towards the end, there was only 2 chargers for in the whole camp, and there were like 140 of us. So we all had to take in turns as to who was charging their phone, which was quite funny because like some people would be brave enough to leave it overnight, which I never could do, but like it's fine because I brought like portable charger, and one of our friends had a speaker, and all of us used we used their speaker to charge our phones, which was quite fun. We had camp food for the whole week, and like if you were vegetarian, obviously you couldn't eat the meat, and like you had to like share it out evenly between everybody. And there was one of the days where you had a £1 challenge, and it was a like to get a life of kind of like poverty, and every single person in the group had £1 each, and you could either buy your own food with £1, or you could put all your money into a group, and then you'd send off 2 people in your camp, and they would have to buy a meal for all of you. We had a gluten-free and a vegan and a vegetarian, but like the vegan and vegetarian kind of come in the same category. It was so disgusting. Everybody else was there with their like pasta, and we couldn't get any gluten pasta, so we got risotto, and it wouldn't cook, and it was rock solid, and it was grim. But like our 2 cooks were trying so hard, bless their hearts, and like yeah, so that was how our meal turned out. And week 2 was more of a we stayed at a college, and we learnt more social skills. So that was, the first week was kind of for team, the second week was more for social, but also you had to incorporate your team, so you all had to build the tents again and everything. So second week we learnt sign language, first aid, kind of we had a driving section, fire safety. What else did we do? Kind of just all the stuff kind of like that's along those lines. That was really fun. It was really nice to be able to see. We met deaf people. We met what are they called? Firefighters. And you know, I said about the girl that I mentioned previously, and I said I didn't get on with her. We kind of formed a bond of like, there was 5 of us. So it was me, my best friend at the time, the girl who I thought didn't like me, her best friend, and then we had the guy from school that both me and my best friend knew from the very beginning, and it was us 5 pretty much against the world. We all hung out for the whole time during the second week, like any free time. When I did NCS, it was actually during the World Cup, so we all watched, here look, I'm going to play you a video. Okay, this one's the winning goal. If we scored this, we would have won, we would win, okay? This is the, yeah. So that was the atmosphere of NCS, because obviously it was during the World Cup. Everyone was just so. We had the theatre at the college we were staying at, and obviously we watched it, and it was insane. The atmosphere was so. Everyone was so happy. We were walking from the college back to where we were camping, and we were all going, "It's coming home, it's coming." It was honestly one of the best times of the whole NCS experience. And then the next 2 weeks were the charity event, the charity fundraising weeks. So our charity was Helpful Hounds, and they are a charity that helps train assistant dogs for the disabled or those in need who needs assistant dogs. And honestly, our charity was great, and I really enjoyed it. We had to commute there back every day. It wasn't a overnight staying one. It was we had to make our own way there. A few days of it, our bus broke down, and we were super late. But we obviously had our text, so we text our NCS leaders, and we were like, so you know, just like in advance, we're running late, bus is broken down, and he's like, oh yeah, that's fine, meet us here, and we knew where we were going. And honestly, it was such a great experience, and everyone was just so nice. If you are one of the people who are afraid to go to NCS because you're scared you won't meet anyone, I ended up making some of the best friends on NCS, in my team and not in my team. Like, I'm still friends with them now. We had like parties and all through the summer, because it was at the very beginning of summer, my trip was all through the summer. I met up with them when summer break was over at the beginning of the year, met up with them, and I still speak to all of my NCS friends to this day. If you're afraid to go on NCS, honestly, it is worth it. It is worth the £40 or £50. If you are going alone and you don't have any friends, you just tell your NCS leader and they make you feel so at home. Like, I got on so well with the NCS leaders as well as the NCS students. Like, NCS is something I will never forget, and I definitely think that it is worth going to. It was honestly the best 4 weeks of my life. I'm honestly so happy that I went, and I kind of didn't listen to my gut, or I didn't listen to my heart, and I actually followed through with going, because it's something, honestly, like I said, I will never forget. And I genuinely encourage all of you, as many of you, to go, because you will enjoy your time so much. Put it on your CV. You can, like, it will help you get into colleges and unis and like get jobs, just because you learn so much over the 4 weeks. And obviously your charity fundraising, and you can have fun. You can have fun, and you're having fun, having a great experience, you're meeting people, and you're also learning new things and getting your skills and qualities up. So it is definitely something that I encourage most of you, if not all of you, to do if you're from the UK. And if you're not from the UK, I'm very sorry that this is a very boring video for you. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry that it's quite a long video, but it's just something that was requested. A few people wanted me to do this video because so many people I know want to do NCS and they just didn't know what to expect, so I thought I'd film this video and help some of you guys out. And so yeah, if you like the video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, share this video with all your friends, tell your friends all about my channel, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye. I have no idea how the camera quality is on this. I'm actually genuinely quite scared, because if the camera quality is shit, I'm going to cry. Right, let's go. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. No, that's wrong. Oh, I just hit my knuckle with my ring.